7 calendar. All right, let's dig into my PQ list. I top aided another PQ. I'm 2 for 2 on Yellow Sabine. Yeah, I mean, Millennium Falcon, one of the best ships in the game, and I just can't get off the list. I just can't stop playing Yellow Sabine. It's really good. And today I'm gonna share kind of my take on how I was able to go 8-0 into Django's. I beat all the Quinlans I played. My only 2 losses were in top 8 was to a green Sabine that played 3 Bright Hopes main, and that completely tanked me. And 2, my other loss was against a Krennic ECL. Both of them very, very good players in the area. I'm gonna link my list down below, but you know, you might think this is a joke list because I'm playing cards like Ahsoka's Padawan Lightsaber, but there's a very, very specific reason for this stuff. So let me just kind of talk through high level what I'm trying to do with this deck in the main board. So really what we're trying to do is, if we have it, we can play 2 1-drops, right? If we have it and if it's good into that matchup. For example, like against like Han Yellow or something like that, you know, playing 2 space drops. If they don't have Falcon, I have a ton of aggro in space. Playing Cartel Turncoat with Heroic Resolve makes it a 3/4. That's very, very good. That Wolf Pack is good because you can bounce things and replay them, like the R2, the L3 to re-get the shield. You can clear damage off your units if you're playing against a Tarkentown deck. You can play that, pick up your L3 after you attack with it on turn 2 and replay it so it gets its shield back. The Ahsoka Saber is a replacement for Hotshot Blaster, and the main reason for that is it's a heroism card and it's cost 1. And being able to play this on an L3, on your Sabine flip turn, on a Sabine unit that has the invulnerability static ability to just truck in for tons and tons of damage, playing this on a K2 so that it can't be cunning bounced is really good. So that it's just a one, you know, Green Sabine's got the General's Blade, they got Darksaber. We don't have those bomb cards, but we do have Ahsoka's Saber, and the math checks out. The math really does check out, and I'm gonna throw a graph up on the screen here. This was developed in my Patreon, which I'm gonna link down below, which I'm gonna have a shout out for that. That's gonna be relevant to this video in a second. But being able to win with For a Cause, I won almost every game with For a Cause. And being able to maximize the chances of hitting 4 damage, I found in testing was really important, where I'd be playing against a Django and I would have 2 For a Causes in my hand. I'd play For a Cause, I'd hit for 3, or I'd hit for 2 or something like that on the first one. And if I would have hit for, you know, 3 and 3 or 4 and 3 or 4 and 4, I would have won. And it just, there's too many times where not hitting the maximum 4 damage just isn't enough. And being able to math that out was really important to me. And so the Hotshot Blasters came out of the deck, and the Ahsoka's Padawan Lightsaber, even though it has no synergy with Ahsoka because I'm not playing Ahsoka. And this deck is very split between ground and space. I'm playing 1 Wrecker for the Blue Heroism matchup, so I have a main deck answer to a lot of cards to be able to kill their Sentinels, to hit Rey, kill Anakin, things like that. I'm playing Plo Koon, so I can kill Han, kill Rey, kill Anakin if I have red 3, Kira because I can stop cards. But this list isn't crazy different. The R2 is there to help me dig for a Cause, and again, I found that For a Cause was really the answer to the meta, and I was absolutely right. I guessed my meta. I think I played 4 Djangos, a Quinlan. Let's see, how many more 25-point bases did I play? I played a 24-point base Kylo Green. So 6 out of my 8 matches, oh, you know, Green Sabine, I beat a Green Sabine in Swiss. So let me think here. Actually, all 8 of my matches in my PQ were against 25-point bases, all 8. So For a Cause capitalizes on those lower life total bases where, you know, if they control your whole board, you just have burn in hand. And if they don't Bazine you or they don't play Spark of Rebellion or Bodhi, you're just going to win. And that's honestly what happened in most of those games. So this list is very, very strong. It can go super wide. So you can turn 1 A-Wing, turn 2, you know, Alliance X-Wing, Cartel Turncoat. And you're just going super wide. If they don't have a Falcon, if you're not playing against a Falcon deck, they're not going to be able to stop all your units. And that brings me to kind of an odd card in the deck as well, is L3. The reason why I'm playing L3 is, one, it has this sort of niche counter to Cad Bane, where if they capture a Falcon, you can kind of slam that L3. But then on top of that, it's just a turn 1 play that's heroism, so it gets the red 3 buff, and it's got a shield. So Quinlan is, if Quinlan pings it, if they play like a space unit like A-Wing or something like that, they have to play off curve now to ping it again and Tarkin Town it. So this thing is going to get in with between 2 to 8 damage across the game. And against decks like Django, where you just need to get in with your units once every time to win, because then you can burn them out with Foracause. L3 became that card that if they didn't ping it turn 1, if they played a Kyle-Tai Silencer, this thing's going to get in for 6 to 8 damage before it's answered. And, 4 damage even if they try really hard. There was one game in the final round of Swiss where the Django player played 2 Daring Raids and killed my L3. But then they lost their entire hand because they knew they had to stop my units. So I was able to just win by double spelling on the next turn. So I played Turncoat, Alliance X-Wing, and just, all right, now they're behind again and they have no cards in hand. And so this list just performed really well. Now, where this list is struggling is into Han Yellow a little bit more now that it's getting played more. It wasn't getting played as much at my PQ. There's a couple players, one player top 8'd and got second with it. And I think I got like 5th in my tournament. But Yellow Sabine needs to have answers to Bright Hope, Ground Sentinels, and it needs to be able to beat Han Yellow. So there is a change to this list. I'll put this list live down below. There's going to be a change to this list in my Patreon. I'm actually doing a town hall Friday, January 10th at 8 p.m. in my Patreon. So if you want to join, just check it out. And to learn more about this deck, we're going to have Frank from the Bothan Network, Mickey from the Bothan Network, and myself. So, and it will be recorded. So if you join later after watching this video, it'll be saved and pinned inside the Patreon so you can watch it. But it's going to be essentially a Q&A session on how to play this deck, how to play Quinlan, and how do we change this deck for the meta. Word is that a lot of other teams are starting to shift to this deck, so we'll see what happens with the next PQs if more people start playing it. Now, let's talk about the sideboard here for a second. I'm playing Heroic Sacrifice, so I can go faster against the Cunning decks and just basically dump damage, right? I don't care about having units against Django. I'm going to have 2-3 units, and if one of them can get Heroic Sacked before they Tarkin Town it, or before they can ping it off, that's perfect. I would love to play Heroic Sack on a damaged unit, get the maximum damage out of it, and draw a card. Shoot First is in there because it can kill Concord Dawn. So A-Wing with Shoot First kills Concord Dawn. Red 3 with Shoot First kills Concord Dawn so that they can't... shut me out of space. The Confiscates are in there for Bosk Blue, for the Darksabers, right, against Perilous Position. Questioning Confiscate now because Bosk Blue really didn't do well in the PQs. Like, it got kind of trounced by Green Sabine. There was like 2 top players on Bosk Blue, and they just got decimated by Green Sabine. I don't know what to say. I don't think you can play Bosk Blue because Green Sabine's too good. And then Leia's there for the Han matchup and to go wide, the extra sneak attack for Green Sabine, the Han Yellow matchup, and the Django matchup to go faster. The other record there is for super long games and the Blue Hero games where I want to kill their Obi-Wans, or, if they attack with Rey and their Rey has damage on it, Wrecker can clean up Rey. So that's really what Wrecker is there for. This list has changed quite a bit because I learned a lot in my PQ. And I'm excited to go to my next PQ, so I'm going to be in St. Paul, and I hope to top 8 there with this list as it changes. It's not going to be the same, and I put the link down below. So let me know if you guys have any questions in the comments about the deck, about my matchups. I'll put the links down below, and I hope to talk to you all soon. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe down below. It helps the channel a lot, and peace out.